The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the fabulous Friday, the January 15th edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I will go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in. We'd love to hear from you. 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fabulous, fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, all the indices trading lower. The Dow off by 110, the S&P 19, NASDAQ down by 48, Russell 26. So we'll take a look at all those. Spot volatility trading out at 23.63. We'll want to watch that close, and the 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's off $21. Silver's down about $1. Light sweet crude off $1.33. But we've got a caller on the line, and we've got call-ahead seating. So let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing just great, Steve. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. And we're going to take a look at Gilead Sciences, trading out at 63.57. I believe you've got some long-term call options on this, amongst maybe some other things. How can I best help you today?
Yeah, I talked with you about this when it was making its lows, and I did buy in. I have actually bought 1,000 shares at 57, and then I also bought. I have some $60 calls that go out to January 2022.
Okay.
But I wanted to take a look at the daily. If I think I'm correct if we have a close above 61.52 today. I think that's maybe 62.52, whatever the number is. That would start the count again because we got up to bar 8, had a 2-day pause, and then today would start that count over again. I just wanted to see if you had that same thing, and then just whatever else you see in it that we could talk about.
Sure, absolutely. So let's do this. Let's do a couple of different things. So the first chart we're looking at for Gilead Sciences, folks, are daily, weekly, and monthly time frame charts out here. And it's a little bit hard to tell, but so just I'll give you the numbers to pay attention to. So first, Brent, this week there is a bearish daily profile that has formed inside of Gilead. So the real number to be focused on, well, we can take a look at the TD9 counts, but really the real number that's going to be key, not that price has to close above it today, but the real resistance level is now 64.18. We can see descending trend lines, all that kind of match in that same general area. So if price can clear the 64.18 level, then what we're looking at is an A to B equals CD to the upside. That would give us a price projection. We're not there yet, but that would give us a price projection of about, and it should be a nice price projection because it's only a 36% retracement. So it would give us a move target of 69 to 71. We're not there yet, so 64.18 is a key level. Price this week there's a brand new weekly profile that is formed, and price is going to close above the top of that profile. So that is a nice intermediate term change in trend signal out there. I believe it was wave number 7 that identified its bottom. We'll go take a look at those charts out here. And then the last hurdle, and this is for the month of January. This is what you'd like to see. This is what I'd like to see. I'm long Gilead myself, and I would like to see a close in January above 64.60. Then that gets us back inside of its monthly profile out here. Now, I don't expect today's volume. Last time that Gilead was up here in this range was back on the 11th. And volume there was about 11.3 million shares, and today we're only at 5. So it's not exactly pushing into that swing point with volume. It wouldn't surprise me, Brent, if price gets up to 64.18 and backs off again just a bit. But what we like so far, what you like so far, is that the retracement on the first pullback is less than a 0.382 retracement. So if it can continue to move higher, that's a real positive and would suggest a larger than 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. If I pull over my daily charts out here, we can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Price closing above 61.40 was a nice positive. This says that price should head up to its next TD9 count breakdown level at 65.54. You're asking about today's candle. Would that restart a count? So we compare today's close, whatever that might be, versus the close 4 bars prior. So as long as today there's a close above 62.51, then today would become bar number 1. Now, Brent, there's another thing that when this formed the bottom, this was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, and we actually have a RMI signal that was triggered today. It's just been triggered. Won't be a problem unless we see some type of bearish reversal candle out here. The other thing on the daily time frame chart, the oscillator and change line changed from red to green about 4 trading sessions ago. We should see over the coming sessions, I don't know how many that is, but we should see price and that line catch up to each other. Nonetheless, I don't want you to take anything away from the fact that this is still a bullish setup with price dealing in a bearish structured profile, and it's in that resistance level. So 64, I believe 64.18 is the number I gave you. That is a real key number that we want to see price close above to really suggest a change in trend. On the weekly time frame, 64.99 is going to be the resistance area. And yes, it was wave number 7. That is letter G, so it's got a nice 7th wave move out here. But looks like 64.99 is in the cards. That's coming from the weekly time frame chart. The monthly time frame chart out here, in addition to getting above the bottom of that monthly profile, we can also see that the oscillator and change line, which is roughly where the bottom of that profile is, around that 64.60 area, is also another sign of resistance. So getting above those areas, Brent, would get Gilead out of the woods, so to speak. The 30-minute time frame chart has been really helpful in helping to identify what this is doing. And what I mean by that is if we take a look at this, formed when this had this little spike high on the 11th, as price moved lower, it generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That led to a TD9 count top yesterday. That led to a little bit of a pullback into its profile. And now it's in bar number 6 of a TD9 count. So what we would say here is if this TD9 count continues inside of Gilead, it could form a short-term top. Let's see, this would be bar number 6, so 7, 8, 9, an hour and a half to 2 hours from now. So maybe about 2:30, 3 o'clock, we could see some type of short-term top. So that was a lot to spew out at you, and we're going to go to a hard break here. So stay on with me if you would, Brent, and then any questions that you have from the information that I give you, we can cover then as well. So Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few to finish out taking a look at Gilead Sciences, GILD.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Gilead Sciences. So, Brent, I'd say the real key number is going to be 6460 to get out of the woods, so to speak, and break through some key levels of resistance out there. How else can I help you? What questions were posed by all that info that I spewed out to you?
No, that's, as always, Steve, very helpful, and I'm glad it's archived. I'll go, take all those numbers down and keep an eye on it. Happy to hear that you're in it as well. I think it's something, when I bought it, I'm planning on being in it for as long as possible. It's a longer-term trade, I guess, is my point. It wasn't just like a day trade or something.
Yeah.
I have known about the stock for a long time. It's actually based right out of Foster City, which is, pretty close to where I live, and did have a family member on my mom, on my wife's side that, so I've known about it for quite a while. She worked for him for a while, doesn't work for him anymore, but it's something I've been associated with, know quite a bit about it. I think it's a solid company, and it does have a decent dividend, and I think it's worth being in, longer term. That's my plan. So just appreciate the help. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
You bet. Thank you so much for calling. You have a great weekend as well. And, folks, it's going to be an extended weekend for Martin Luther King's birthday. The markets will be closed, so we've got that nice little 4-day weekend out here. And we had a question that came in. This is from my first-time listener to the show, and that is, let me see if I get Billy D. And Billy is, so welcome to the Hotel California, Billy. And you want to take a look at Eastman Kodak. EMN is a ticker symbol out here. You're a long-term holder, and you're concerned about overhead supply from about 3 years ago. So let's go ahead and put up Eastman Kodak. EMN is the ticker symbol. Well, it would be good if I actually typed it in on the screen here. There we go. So let's take a look at Eastman Chemical. It's not Eastman Kodak, Eastman Chemical. If I said Kodak, my apology there. And so you're concerned about overhead supply. First, let's just take a look at daily, weekly, and monthly time frame charts, just like we did with Brent and taking a look at Gilead Sciences. So Billy, when price trades above resistance, and here we're using for resistance, we're taking a look at these TAS market profiles. They're like the virtual first down markers in a football game out there. So they just really help us understand support or resistance is the best way for me to explain it. The top of a profile, sometimes I use the term box, same thing, profile box, same thing, is resistance. If price is above resistance, which it is on the daily time frame, 102.55, that would be the first level of support on a pullback out here. We'll have to look at my other charts to see if there was a topping pattern associated with the high from 4 days ago. On a weekly time frame, price is trading right at its weekly profile. The top of the weekly box is 104.83. We're trading right now at 104.94, so 9 pennies above that. You'd like to see last week was a close above that, a second close above that. Boy, that is a positive. Now, if we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, I suppose the overhead supply you're looking at is back here in 2018, and noticing that it's in essence what we like to refer to as making a move of a move. It's gotten all the way back up to its prior highs out there. And it's doing so, well, the question is, it's the 15th of the month, right? So do we just take the current volume and multiply times 2? It's about 9 million. That would be 18 million. Well, the last time that Eastman Chemical was up here was with 29 million shares on a monthly basis. And when I say up here, I'm referring to the month of March of 2018. So it's pulling into, it's not suggesting to you and I that it wants to break out and move above that level. Not that it can't. For example, in June of 2014, that was a high. It had volume of about 20 million shares. And when it was passed, well, you take that back. When it was passed back in September 2017, it was 26 million shares. So as it was coming into that, it was coming in with volume, and price went ahead and made an expansion. Looks like probably a 1.272 Fibonacci expansion. So knowing that it's coming in with lighter volume right now, chances are it is not going to take, it was a 1.618 expansion of that entire set of swing points. Chances are it's not going to make that expansion, at least at this move. That doesn't mean to sell it, but yes, you're right. There is some overhead resistance that is likely to hold out here. Is that the end of the game? It certainly is not when we take a look at the profiles. But what you're going to want to do, if there's going to be any kind of change in trend, the first place you'll see it is in those profiles, a close below the daily profile. So, for example, 99.22 is the bottom of its daily profile. The center is at 100.33 and the top at 102.55. This is a bullish structured profile. You can also see a trend line just below the 99.22 level. So you should have, or Eastman Chemical should have strong support in that area, 99.22. You're a long-term holder. Would you exit that position now? Absolutely not. If it pulls back there, that's a real possibility. I want you to be able to anticipate that. Now, let's go see if there's a topping signal to suggest that that is what could unfold out here. Of course, anything can unfold, but you and I are just simply looking for patterns, technical clues out here. And here on their daily time frame chart 3 days ago, you did get a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top, bear sash candle. What that is suggesting to you, Billy, is that we should see at least a test of 102.55. But it closed below 102.55, it gets at 99.22 level. If price were to close below 99.22, 2 consecutive closes, then that would be signaling a pullback to 81.29. I am not making that forecast now. We can't make that forecast now. Price is above support. Price is above resistance out here. But it's really neutral as we speak. It's got a valid topping pattern, but price again is above support, and that's at 102.55. The weekly time frame out here, Billy, what is this communicating to us when we take a look at Eastman Chemical? Well, it'd be good if we get to there's nothing. Everything looks strong when we take a look at a weekly time frame chart for Eastman Chemical, such as the daily right now that's dealing with its issues out there. And on the weekly chart, the monthly chart, this is going to be bar number 8 of a TD9 count. You'll see that the last high out here was a bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So it just goes along with your thinking from a longer-term perspective. You're running into an area of resistance. Yeah, I think you used overhead supply. We're just simply going to call it resistance out there, but nothing yet to suggest that it's the type of resistance that's going to take you back to the $35 area. So I'd stay with the trade right now. On a yearly basis, we're up above last year's close. The most simplest, the most basic tool that anyone can use. You don't need to be a technician here. Is take a look at the instrument you're trading. Are you trading above last year's close? If you are, that's bullish. Are you trading above last year's high? If you are, that's even more bullish. Not that you can't, that's not going to help us identify a top or anything. But, well, that's our take on EMN, Eastman Chemical. So I hope that helps you out. Welcome to the hotel that you'll never, ever leave. Let's go to our next question. Our next question, this was coming in from, let me see here. This is coming in from Bob. And Bob wants to look at snow. So I suggest going up north, because you're not going to find snow in Delray Beach, Florida. But we'll go take a look at the chart snow, see what it is out here, and snowflake. And I believe that's a recent IPO out here. So what is Bob? Oh, it's Bill's question, wasn't Bob? My apology. Can I provide direction? Provide direction. I tell you what, we're going to go to a hard break here, Bill. When I get back from this break, I'll have gone through the short-term time frame charts and the daily on ticker symbol SNOW, Snowflake. We'll be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back. Snow, ticker symbol SNOW, Snowflake, in about its third month of trading. So we really have limited data to do any kind of technical analysis. But what we do know is there's a new profile, not a new profile, there's a profile that's acting as resistance out here. And that's after its nice decline coming off the highs from December 8th in 2020 out here. No confirmed bottom on the daily time frame chart out here. Price trading inside its daily profile. Now, it's bullish in structure. So, Bill, if you're looking for an entry point, the entry point area would be between 272.55 and 284.82. That's based upon the daily profiles out there. As we open up the daily time frame chart, you'll see just how little data there is for me to really be able to analyze this, although 230.25 is a breakout level. But if we look at the short-term time frame charts, knowing that price hit resistance, the top of that daily profile, what we'll see on really almost all the time frames, remember, I take a 6.5-hour trading session and I break it into equal bars out there. So that gives us 195-minute bar. That means 2 bars per day out here. But nothing that is bearish when I take a look at that. The 130-minute time frame chart out here, nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, but again running into resistance even on its 130-minute time frame. But more importantly, the top of that daily profile, the 65-minute, nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, but again running into resistance at the top of that daily profile. So it's going to be the top of that daily profile, Bill. That is your thorn in your side, 309.38. Since price is unable to take that out, if you're looking to get into this, again, 270.255 to 284.82. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question goes to SNP, and SNP want to take a look at SPCE out here. And so that is Virgin Galactic. I'm actually trying to load up something else so that I can efficiently get to it as we move out of Galactic. But we just got into Galactic, Steve. Oh, yes, we did. Gapped up nicely yesterday. The price is trading above the top of its daily, weekly, and monthly profile. So S&P, it's looking very bullish in Virgin Galactic land. But still, we can't end there. We just have to go see, what do all of these days mean? What transpired yesterday? Oh, son of a gun. So when we take a look at yesterday, was bar number 8 of a TD9 count. This is going to confirm a TD9 count potential top today. Now, because of that gap to the upside here, I'd be hesitant to call it a top because that is a sign of strength. Nonetheless, you got a topping signal that's forming below the prior high out there. It just says be careful. If there is a pullback, the pullback would likely target its oscillator and change line, and that's in the 2776 area out here. Remember, we won't know if the high was yesterday or it could be Monday for that TD9 count topping pattern. But the daily time frame chart is suggesting a little bit of caution. So if that's the case, S&P, we should be able to go over to the short-term time frame charts and see some topping signals out here. So let's, in fact, go do that. Well, shoot. Only got the 30, and you know what we're going to do here? We're gonna actually, although it may take just a moment, we're going to give you the full kit and caboodle. So SPCE, what that means is it's this worksheet here that I have my time templates for the cash market, so to speak. So we've got that populating. Let me get this other thing rolling over here. This was the NNOMF. Okay, so that's on my other screen. Now let's come take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart here for space. Was there any kind of top out here from a couple of days ago? Topping signal. Obviously, there was a top because prices moved back. But now I don't have a valid topping pattern on the daily time frame. Do I have one on the 15-minute time frame? I don't. Now, maybe there's an A to B equals CD to the upside out there. That wasn't really what I was looking at. The 65-minute time frame, I don't have anything here. So even though you've got bar number 8, I don't see anything on the short-term time frames to suggest any kind of caution out here. So what do? what you do is you stay with this trade. If there was going to be a pullback, the 30-minute time frame suggests 27.12 would be an area of support. But before we get down there, we'd be dealing with the oscillator and change line on the daily time frame. So to summarize this S&P, you've got a TD9 count pattern that's going to confirm today. Just continue to use stops. And the average 10-day range on space is $2.22. So thanks so much for the request, and have a great weekend. It was Happy Deals inside our Tiger's Den that wanted to take a look at NMOMF. So as we go take a look at NMOMF, that's at Nano One Materials. And today pulled back and tested a key level of support. And that is Happy Deals, the bottom of its daily profile. So the level you're looking at is 392. You want to see price hold this area. It's pulled back really into that gap to the upside. That gap to the upside had 1.3 million shares. You pulled back with 500,000 shares now. So even if you double it, it's still lighter volume. But you want to see price hold that 392 area. It's above the top of the weekly, above the top of the monthly. So everything is looking hunky-dory, whoever dory is. If we look at the daily time frame chart, what do we see out here? Just a consolidation, really, in between its profiles. But if price did close below 392, that could be signaling a move down to the $2 area, 197 to be exact. The weekly time frame chart, what do we have out here? We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. But price would need to break below 364, not break below, close below it, Steve-O. It would need to close below $3.64 to tell us that it wants lower price. Of course, 364 is lower than where it's trading right now. But you know what I mean, jelly bean. If we take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, you've got a TD9 count. So you've got a TD9 count on the monthly. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator on the weekly. And on the daily, you just have a little bit of a consolidation. That tells you that that 392 level is really important out here. Now, on a short-term time frame chart, what do we have out here? We've got wave number 7. That's letter G. That happened at the open this morning. As long as that holds, it's a slight positive out here. But overall, with regard to NMOMF, it's hard to say whether this 392 level is going to hold or not. We don't have any suggestion coming from the short-term time frame chart that that is the case. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. We also had a request from TKC in the den to take a look at TWI. So let's go see what TWI is. Is that Time Warner? I doubt it, but TWI is Titan International. Titan International, that sounds awfully mighty, doesn't it? Like the Tennessee Titans. If we take a look at the Titan International out here, trading at 728, above the top of its daily, above the top of its weekly, and above the top of its monthly profile. So you know what that says? Very strong, because it's trading above all kinds of resistance out there. What it doesn't tell us is the patterns that are in play. In fact, let me just pull back the weekly chart. Let's see if the weekly chart passed its B point with volume. That was the week of December 7th, 2 million shares, 2.9 million shares last week. Now, if I were to do the conservative A to B equals C to the upside, and that's what I'll do out here because there's a larger one, but let's just do the conservative one. This is giving us an A to B equals CD price projection on the weekly basis, well, of 757. That's the one-to-one. Let's go with 853. But remember, that's the conservative A to B equals C to the upside. Look, we'll go take a look at my white background charts out there. We'll go see what other patterns there might be in Titan International. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, But when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back. We're looking at Titan International. TWI is the ticker symbols. This is the daily time frame chart, which we see yesterday was bar number 8 of a TD9 count. This will confirm a TD9 count. We don't know if the high will be yesterday's, today's, or Monday's high. But the request was, can we look for an entry point into it? So knowing that you've got a topping pattern that's in play out here, and then in looking at the 30-minute time frame chart, as that topping pattern was coming into play, the 30-minute chart was confirming a Rhodes momentum indicator topping. We've just seen a sideways consolidation out here. So watch that sideways consolidation on the 30-minute time frame chart. Remember, a break of a consolidation provides you with a measured move either to the upside or the downside. If it's a measured move to the downside, then the answer would be watch as price gets in that 653 area. But very much just like as price was hitting a resistance area, simply for the topping pattern, we went down to the short-term time frame chart to look to see what it was doing. And it, too, was forming a top. So all of that makes sense. At least it makes sense to me. I think it makes sense to you as well. So what I'm suggesting is, should price pull back because of the TD9, as price comes back to that oscillator and change line on the daily time frame, look to the 30-minute chart for now a bottoming type pattern out there. And if you get that, that would be your entree into a long position. The weekly chart doesn't have any reason to be scared or think that it's topping at this stage of the game, nor does the monthly out here. And so that would be your game plan. So I hope that helps you out with regard to TWI. Thanks so much for writing in. We had a request from Mr. Bill to take a look at the XLK. That's the technology sector for the S&P 500. So let's go take a look at it, see what it is doing or what it's not doing out here. Right now, really just trading inside its bearish structured daily profile. Resistance there at 128.98, support at 124.12. We can see a rising trend line support, a short-term one, but price hit that and tested and rejected it. Prices above the top of the weekly profile and prices above the top of the monthly profile, which is priced at 127.72. So let's go take a look at the XLK, see what other signals it is providing for us. And as we take a look at it on the daily time frame, well, we see a Rhodes momentum indicator top that was confirmed yesterday. Confirmed yesterday because of the bearish engulfing candle. Now, if price were to close below 127.76, Mr. Bill, that is below the center of its bearish structured profile, it would be signaling to us that it wants to move back to test support. The first level of support below that is going to be 124.12, and below that, 119.67. That's the daily chart for the XLK. The weekly chart for the XLK tells us what? It's got a TD9 count pattern that formed 2 weeks ago. That is held, price below the oscillator and change line. This is suggesting that you may have an intermediate term high. Of course, on the daily basis, no key levels of support have failed, but watch that. On the monthly time frame chart, price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. Bar number 8 last month. This could be a TD9 count, so the XLK could be signaling to us that it's getting ready to take a breather. Mr. Bill, I hope that helps you out with regard to XLK. If you have time, XLK for short to medium term. That was the daily. The shortest term, if you're looking at short term, would be the 30-minute time frame chart. Does Stevie have anything out here? I don't. The charts don't have anything. I've got everything, but the charts don't give us any signals there. So that's what we're going to have to go with. You got that short-term topping signal. Watch 127.16 for additional clues. We had a request to take a look at, this is inside the Tiger's Den, not the Tiger's Den, inside our YouTube channel. Pan American Silver, PAAS. I don't think it's called Pan American. No, it is Pan American Silver. Still pulling back, and the question is, you've been a long-term holder, you've taken some off, wondering about levels to buy back in or leave completely. So here's what I would ask you to do over the weekend, to the extent that you do any kind of technical analysis, is go do a chart looking at Pan American Silver and then the U.S. dollar index, just to see what kind, if any, correlation you have there, directionally speaking. The reason that I say that, and I believe it's Rich. Is it Rich in the YouTube channel? Steve. Well, we'll call you Steve-O. I'll be Steve A. You're Steve-O. And so Steve-O, here's what the U.S. dollar index is getting ready to make an A to B equals C to the upside. What it's really doing is getting ready to target 92.50. That is its breakdown level. You know, you're in bar number 6. Oh, it's Rich. Okay. You're in bar number 6 out here. If it's going to form a short-term top, that might do that on bars 8 and 9 of the bar following 9. But right now, you've got a nice bottom inside the U.S. dollar index. Price right now trading above the top of that daily profile. That says you're targeting 92.50. So just putting that in play, I don't know if there's a directional correlation between Pan American Silver and the U.S. dollar index. But to the extent there is, Rich, that might help to answer your question. As we take a look at, technically speaking, from Pan American Silver, you can see a couple of trend lines. Price trading into a short-term trend line right now. Below that is another trend line at about the 28.60 type area. But 29.23 is going to be the key level to be watching, because that's the only profile that is coming into play on a continued move lower right now, and that's your weekly profile. Now, granted, it's the end of the week. That doesn't mean it has to close below that this week. You're going to watch 29.23 out there. A close below that could be signaling an intermediate term change in trend. Now, let's do this. I didn't get it going on my other system here, PAAS. We want to go take a look at any other signals. And on the monthly time frame, price is trading with inside a very large profile, 1356 all the way up to 4011. So not very helpful. On a short-term basis, let's go take a look at what the other charts are showing us here. We pull over Pan American Silver, the daily time frame, and we can see that we're in bar number 6 of a TD9 count. So no reason for it to not continue to move lower. You've got those trend lines that we took a look at out here. On a weekly time frame, the weekly time frame shows us what for Pan American Silver? Not much more than what you and I looked at. So watch that 29.23 level out here. The monthly time frame chart for Pan American Silver, you're trading below the oscillator and change line. That's really about it. But that suggests when you trade below it that it can move lower. So this is suggesting lower price out here. Pure and simple. And where is it headed to? Well, it's that next level that you're going to watch on that weekly time frame, that 29.23 level. But to the extent that it's going to be impacted by the U.S. dollar index, well, maybe that helps to answer your question with regard to what your next move might be. So, Rich, thanks so much for listening to us on the YouTube channel. And best of luck. We've got a request from, what is the request out here? Baba. A zippity-doo-dah, zippity day wants to take a look at Alibaba. BABA is the ticker symbol out here. And we can see that this is trading above the top of its daily, traded right into the bottom of a new monthly profile. And that's a resistance area until price closes above it. That is 245.92 out here. And let's see what we've got going on my other charts for Alibaba. Let's look at the daily, start here. And on the daily time frame, as price is making a low on the 24th of December, that happened to be wave number 7. That is letter G out here. Price is trading above the top of the daily profile, suggesting that it wants to go fill the gap in that 250, looks like probably 253, give or take out here. So it does suggest the daily that it wants to move higher. The weekly chart, well, it's dealing with the bottom of that weekly profile, but if price can close above that, a move to 266 would be likely. The monthly time frame for Alibaba, what do we have out here? Not much. On the 30-minute time frame chart, what's Stevie have? Just got a nice TD9 count bottom that formed out here. We come back to this break, we'll finish taking a look at Alibaba and then go take a look at the markets overall, what to watch towards the end of the day. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back. So Alibaba right now just consolidating. This is the 30-minute time frame chart we're looking at between 243 and 247 out there. So let's go take a look at the overall markets, what to be watching for come the end of today's trading session. One of the first areas you're going to want to be focusing on is that 50-day exponential moving average for the spot volatility index. Currently, that is priced out at 23.93, and the spot volatility index is trading at 23.45. So it's below that. As long as that condition remains, and as long as the ES Mini remains above the top of its profile, that's at 37.48, conditions remain bullish for the S&P 500. If we take a look at other profiles out here, you can see that again there was a test of the top of the daily profile in the ES, the NQ just testing the center of its profile, but the Dow, the YM, testing and rejecting the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. That makes 30,592 a key level that price must close above to maintain its bullish structure out there. So those are the things that you're going to want to be watching. Is there anything else that I can show you that would assist you? Probably not. We'll finish it out, look at it like this. Here's a bigger overview of the ES. Well, first, this is really important. Those bottoms of those profile numbers that I gave you, mucho grande important. Why? You cannot get a change in trend signal until you see a close below that. This is the daily time frame chart for the Dow Equity Future Contract. You will see that the buy the dips are the bottom of the profiles. And that's what we have that took place so far today. Watch the bottom of that box, 35.92. Do that for the NQ. Do that for the Russell. Do it for them all. And that will help you answer the question, is there a change in trend or not? And as of 1:56 in the afternoon, the answer is absolutely, positively no, not yet. Folks, have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday, but stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Be safe and have a great weekend.